All right, we live, fellas. So I got a text saying that we about to have a Trump debate. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves. I don't know how we gonna do this. This is gonna be impromptu. We're gonna kind of wing it, but this is about hearing both sides, getting different perspectives, and just having a productive conversation. And that's all this is gonna be right here. So, fellas, oh, Rige's in the house.
Oh shit.
Oh, Rige's in the
Enrique,
Oh,
Enrique.
nigga said Enrique.
house.
I'm about to get out of this shit.
All right, so it's on y'all, fellas. What y'all want to talk about?
Kev started up.
So, all right. So, like we were talking about with Kev off the air, we got to bring it onto the air. How there's two sides of the fence, and Kev is pleading his part, which I understand 100%. Like I told him, listen, I agree with you, bro. You have all the right to follow whoever you want to follow. That's literally in our amendment. So, Kev, tell them how you feel about being a Trump supporter and people giving you negative vibes about it.
Listen, most people don't like you expressing your actual feelings on anything. They want you to express what they believe. You get what I'm saying? So when you're the person that's being the outsider of anything, in any aspect of anything, people start to disown you. I'm getting a bunch of that now. And honestly, I personally don't care, but I'm getting a bunch of it that people want to cut me off because I support Trump. You know what I'm saying? They want to say that his rhetoric is racist. You know, he doesn't like you. He doesn't like Mexicans. He doesn't like anybody from South America, you know, from the Caribbeans. You know what I'm saying? He threw paper towels at Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? But they don't watch the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing. They watch the little clips what you see on the news, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get, if you're going to watch the clip, then you're not going to get the actual aspect of it. How many times we watch our own people that we knew that was on the news and they made them sound like the bad guy when we know the actual story? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, there's a few people. I mean, I don't want to say no names on this, 'cause I don't want to offend anybody, but like, there's
Yeah.
a few people. You get what I'm saying, that we know personally from our own hood and Throgsnick projects that's been locked up, or they did a crime for whatever it is, and they get on the news and they've been accused for worse than the actual situation. You get what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
exactly what the news does to everything that they want you to hear. You know? So
But
that's why I tell people to not follow the news. Follow the news to get the update, but don't go off the emotions what the news gives you. Because if you want to know further, seek further. You know? So I mean, that's what I did with Trump. That's what I did with Trump. And when they were talking, like when he was campaigning, Meek Mill put it on his song. Meek Mill put it on his song. Don't get me wrong, that's a fire song. The Other Side of America, that's a fire song. But he put Trump on the song talking about 56% unemployment. What do you got to lose with Trump? You know, and when you start hearing it from one side, you're like, yo, this man's a piece of shit. But when you actually watch the campaign, he's spitting facts. He's spitting facts. He's talking about how America was left. How America is left. It's 56% unemployment under Obama, right? 56% unemployment under Obama. Schools are not funded under Obama. He was talking about the campaign of basically in his campaign talking about how Obama is leaving the country. You know what I'm saying? And how he wants to fix it. And what do you got to lose with Trump? What do you got to lose? And guess what? He funded black schools. He funded black schools. He did that in the beginning. Funded black schools because he knew about systemic racism. He funded black schools. You know what I'm saying? He everything that
but he
everything he said he was gonna do, 90% of everything he said he was gonna do, he's done in 3 years. 3% black unemployment. 3%. That's before COVID. Don't count COVID because COVID is not his fault.
that shit counts because we pay for it, nigga.
But COVID is not his fault. When he tried to ban China, tried to make that. This is right after his
China.
impeachment. China. Right after his impeachment, they said his impeachment was for obstruction of Congress. Right? Trig, I see you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So his his impeachment was for obstruction of Congress because he does things without consulting with Congress. That thing he did in Iraq when he killed Soleimani, that was a great shot. That man deserved it. That man deserved to get killed. Al-Baghdadi deserved to get killed for the stuff that they were doing and with how they're trying to extort America. But they don't talk about that. They were trying to extort America. They extorted Obama. Obama threw billions, like $1.8 billion, if I'm not mistaken, $1.6 billion at them, cash, and flew it to them. And they tried to do the same thing with Trump. Trump killed him. You get what I'm saying? Extortion. You get what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. I was surprised with Obama because literally in our 30 years of living, we've been under more wars under Obama than any president we've been with. Obama was like a war president, 100%. That man created so many different wars, it's not even funny. But nobody.
Bro, we never out of war, period. No matter what president it is.
Well,
Why? Because it makes money.
War's been minimized under Trump. War's been minimized under Trump. There hasn't been as much wars because you know why? He literally, right before it starts, he ends it. Right before it starts, he ends it.
Yo, Kev.
Okay.
Yo.
Vega.
Yo.
Gotta call him Vega.
Yeah.
Gotta call him Vega. Gotta call him Vega.
Yeah.
Why you look like you on the cover of Death Row magazine? Look at you.
You already know, son. Death Row Records. We in the Staples Center out here. Look. You see how fucking dark it is out here?
I know, that's crazy.
Then he gets slapped by a bear.
A bear.
My fault.
I'll make it slapped by a Trump supporter.
Well, you gotta remember, New York State is a red state.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, my fault.
New York State's a red state. It's New York City's blue.
All right, but Kev, you gotta let Kev talk.
Shut the fuck up. Which Kev? Gotta call him Vega.
Vega.
All
right. I respect your whole opinion. I told you. As far as politics, I don't follow it because I feel like none of them is for us. And you could argue, tell me that Trump did this for us, Trump did that for us, Obama did this for us. Nobody does anything for us, bro. The only way the community change is if we change within, bro. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Bro, I just saw a video earlier today that made me sick to my stomach.
But
This dude got killed in broad. Yeah, this dude got killed in broad daylight in front of his child. Whatever he did, we don't know. But bro, at the end of the day, we not God to take life, bro.
We're not. And I
we
agree.
wasn't built for that.
Well, you know what's crazy?
I told you, it costs zero to be a decent human being.
You know,
and unfortunately, hold on. And unfortunately, Trump has been painted that picture of not being a decent human being. Do you think he's a decent human being? And keep it funky. Besides his politics, besides what you believe in, do you think he's a good human being?
I can't back up half the things he says because he says a lot of outlandish shit. But
so this is what I'm telling you. You're supporting somebody. Again, I'm not judging you because of who you support. But like I said, you got to take both sides of the fence with it.
But he does, like the thing on Twitter, right?
Why does he have Twitter? You're the fucking president of the United States.
Well,
none of these motherfuckers have any social media whatsoever.
If it wasn't for Twitter, you wouldn't believe half the stuff that he does if it wasn't for Twitter. Because the media lies on him left and right. People
That's
believe
called clout though, bro.
But bro, you call it how you want it. You know what I'm saying? Call it how you want it. His Twitter account, he made a memorial video for George Floyd. Right?
Okay.
He made a memorial video for George Floyd. Twitter took it down. You get what I'm saying? Twitter took it down. Saying they were spreading hate. That was not spreading hate. That video was actually a peaceful video. And he said it was spreading hate. Why? Because they don't want people to see that Trump is that guy that's actually a nice guy. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that he says a lot of things that are wrong at the moment because he lives for the moment. Trump lives for the moment. You know what I'm saying? So he how he feels at that moment, he expresses it right then and there. That man doesn't make speeches. That man's horrible with speeches. Obama was beautiful with speeches. He made great speeches. He made you think that he's the most docile human being on earth. But that guy was demonic.
Why would you say he's demonic?
I just explained to you that we've been in more wars under Obama than anything, and there's so much other things under Obama that's not even funny, bro, and nobody talks about these things. So it's like, and I'm not trying to change your mind on who you should vote for. I'm not trying to change your mind on anything. I'm just saying that why I support red over blue.
That's okay.
You know what I'm
So answer this question right here. So he made a video that was fake choking. So how you feel about that?
The fake choking for the George Floyd thing. That's the thing he was talking about. So that fake choking is like,
video, right?
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. That one. So if you watch the actual press of it, that was a rally when he was talking about Bloomberg. He was talking about Mike Bloomberg in that video because during the Democratic debates, Bloomberg was choking because Elizabeth Warren was handing it to him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that shit was about. He was making fun of Bloomberg, saying, "I can't breathe."
Okay, but you don't find nothing wrong with that?
What?
You don't find nothing wrong with that?
Bro, all these presidents speaking in comical ways. How many times Obama try to say funny shit too? Obama was funny. He said a lot of things that was pretty funny.
No, but I'm telling you in the perspective of like you being like a child, like you being a bully child, like, bro, what are you doing that for?
Listen, like I said, I can't back up on what he says. I back up his policy. Now,
but you're following him.
Actions speak louder than words, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you my mans, right? You my mans. I knew you since I was like 4 years old. You my mans, bro. So you could talk shit to anybody you want, even to my own mans. I'm like, yo, this nigga's wilding. This man's wilding, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you my mans. I'm not gonna shut you up. You my mans, bro.
That's fraud.
But your actions on how you are as a person, I'm saying you're a good guy as a person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna change who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's how you feel. That's how you feel. I'm not gonna change who you are. Now, if somebody try to get aggressive with you, I'm gonna diffuse it. If that's my man, if that other dude's my man, I'm gonna diffuse it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna try to change who you are because that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm nobody to change who you are. You are yourself to change who you are. Now, if you're gonna do some criminal activity, I'll try to diffuse you. I'm like, yo, love, bro, just think about it, bro. You can lose it all. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna talk crap to somebody, I'm not gonna stop you, bro. I mean, you're a human being. You're entitled to do that. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. Trump speaks on how he speaks. He lives for the moment. He speaks for I can't back up everything he says, but when somebody tries to shit on his policies and saying that he didn't do such and such, then yeah, that's when I speak up. I'm like, no, that's not true. You're spreading fake news. That's not true.
Don't say fake news. Don't say fake news.
Fake news.
Don't say fake news.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat what he says because he says a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when he said when the looting starts, the shooting starts. I'm like, oh, come on, man. I'm over here defending you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But in the reality aspect, he is right. But you can't say
no, he's not.
no, because in reality aspect, he is right. Because when you start looting, police will start shooting. You know what I'm saying? So that's like I said, in the reality aspect, he's right. He's not right for saying it. You know what I'm saying? But in the reality aspect, he is right.
But bro, that's literally the president of the United States of America.
Okay. Like I said,
his message.
I go back to what I said. I can't back up what he says.
You can't back up what he says, but you still believe in him. I'm not
because actions.
who to believe in
because of actions. Because of actions. His actions.
It's like idolizing fucking Adolf Hitler, bro.
It's nothing like Adolf Hitler gave negative actions and negative feedback. He was negative all around. Now there's things that came positive out of that in a future aspect.
What?
Listen to me. So in Germany, like I said, I'm not condoning anything what he's done because the Holocaust is wrong. Because the Holocaust didn't only consist of burning people. The Holocaust consists of cutting people open and alive. Also, you get what I'm
Yes.
saying? And
Yes.
it wasn't only Germans. It was Polish people also. It was people
You
that
know
he
that-
felt that if you weren't the real, if he was killing people that were Jews, that he felt that they weren't the authentic Jews. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I said, people are people. You shouldn't be doing that to people anyway. What came out of that, in reality, in the future aspects, like in today, Germany has the best surgeons off because of that. Germany has the best surgeons and the best
Bro.
surgeons in the world because of that. Now, like I said,
that's literally
like I said,
stretching.
I'm like, listen, I'm being realistic. Germany has the best surgeons because of that. Because when they cut people open alive, right? They got indigestion and must watch it and believe the news all day long. So, what I'm, I think so too, bro. So, so in Germany, they have the best surgeons because of that situation. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I tell people they got to start reading because everything is there when you read. But the thing is, like, most Latinos and blacks choose not to read, so we do not know these half of these things. Germany has the best surgeons because of that situation. Because when they were cutting people open, you would see their insides on how it moves while they're in massive pain. You get what I'm saying? While they're in massive pain, so they see how things tense up. They see all these organs, moving like left and right, all crazy shit. So there's the whole thing about it, how they became the best surgeons. Now, was it right? No, it wasn't right because they're people. I believe that people should live in peace all around. You get what I'm saying? I believe in that.
But that's you sugarcoating the shit out of something, bro.
Nah, it's not sugarcoating, bro. I just said that that shit was evil.
It's like you know what it is? You're so used to defending Trump that when I told you about Adolf, you're like, you know what?
Nah, it's
he
not.
He was bad, but we got surgeons because of him now.
I'm just spitting. No, I'm just spitting facts, bro. I'm just spitting the facts. I'm just spitting facts because I read. Bro. Especially during quarantine, I do nothing but read. You get what I'm saying? So, and reading is powerful. You learn way more than what you're supposed to learn. The stuff that you learn in school, you're not going to learn in books. You're not going to learn from the books. You have to pick up a book, see what book that attracts your attention, pick that up, read that, and learn something. You will learn so many different things that it's crazy. And you start looking at things a lot different. Now, the reason why I support red over blue, I was born to vote Democrat. My father taught me to vote Democrat. I didn't know why I was voting Democrat. I didn't know why. You get what I'm saying? I never knew why I was voting Democrat. But I just knew that I was brainwashed to it. You know what I'm saying? It's
give me 2 seconds.
Like the same way how I was forced to be Catholic. You know what I'm saying? Or is he coming back?
Yeah, he's coming back. But
give me
I
2 seconds.
think you're speaking to a real point, though. Go ahead. My bad.
I was raised to be Catholic. You know what I'm saying? I was forced to be Catholic. I didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Both my parents are Catholics. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I go to church? No, I don't go to church. But I am a Catholic. You know what I'm saying? That is the religion that I follow because I've never practiced any other religion. You know what I'm saying? So I'm Catholic by default. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, but being a Democrat, I was Democrat by default also. And then when I started reading the politics of what the right has to offer and what the left has to offer, I agreed with more things on the right than I agreed on the left.
So can you speak on those things? Like, what are those things that you agree with that the right has to offer? Because I think that's where the confusion comes for a lot of people.
Number one,
they just don't know.
Number one is the right doesn't believe in making you comfortable. You get what I'm saying? The right doesn't believe in making you comfortable. They believe in capitalism. You know what I'm saying? The right believes in capitalism. The left doesn't believe in capitalism. The left likes to make people comfortable in their situation. You know what I'm saying? So I was one that was comfortable living in the projects. You know what I'm saying? I had everything handed to me. I had life handed to me. You get what I'm saying? Everything was handed to me because I had aid and assistance from the government. You get what I'm saying? And I learned that's what they do. they make the most money off of that by keeping you. They make most taxations of keeping you in the projects. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's either go to the projects or put you in jail. One or the other. But they're gonna make most taxations from one or the other, and I don't believe in that. So when I started reading about politics, I started thinking outside the box, and it put me in a better position mentally, and physically, it's putting me in a better position. You get what I'm saying?
So,
and I'm like,
so my bad, Kev. So me, I told you I don't believe in politics at all. I got a house in the suburbs. Politics had nothing to do with it.
no, like I said, it's not about
Zero to do with it.
Politics doesn't have to do anything with you. Politics helps you endorse what you want to do. You get what I'm saying? So, like, anytime a Democrat's in office, taxation's at an all-time high. So taxations get hit an all-time high anytime a Democrat's in a high seat in office. Why? Because no Democrat politician ever had a fucking job, ever. No Democrat politician. They make all their money off of politics. They make all their finances off of politics. Joe Biden never had a fucking job in his life. That man has never had a fucking. That man was a politician for 48 years, done nothing with this country. He rants about the fucking crime bill that put our forefathers in prison. He rants about this shit, and that shit was targeting the Black and Latino community. Bloomberg gets in office Bloomberg gets in office after like what year Bloomberg got in office?
That was like
03?
Oh yeah. Early 2000s. Early 2000s.
Bloomberg gets in office. Now, the stop and frisk bill was created by Giuliani.
Yep.
That was created by Giuliani. And that shit, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That shit kept America safe, kept New York City safe. That stop and frisk. Now, what Bloomberg did, he put the stop and frisk in Black and Spanish communities, and there's an audio of him talking about that. There's an audio of him talking about that. He said, put them in the Black and Spanish communities because that's where the most violence are located. You know what I'm saying? He's right.
I mean,
but like I said,
is he wrong?
Right. No, but you see, but like, let's check this out. So, Bloomberg being blue, saying that, is he wrong? But Trump saying it, I'm the bad guy for defending him. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. He's right. He's right. But you cannot say that. You get what I'm saying? You can't say things like that because
you're being biased right now.
No, it's not about being biased. I'm just speaking the facts. If you're in a high seat, and then if you're in a high seat, people look up to you. So you are causing discrimination from that. You know what I'm saying? You cause discrimination for that. You know what I'm saying? So you make people look at Spanish and Black people differently because of that. Because you said it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what. Because, bro, honestly, I'm gonna be 1,000% with you, bro. I'm gonna be 1,000% with you. I was in Texas. I was in New York. I've never experienced extreme racism. I've never experienced extreme racism. Now, I can't speak for everybody else, but I've never experienced it. You get what I'm saying? But discrimination, yeah, I've experienced it. I've experienced discrimination. And I've experienced it because immediately when Bloomberg announced that shit, everybody thinks I'm strapped. Everybody thinks I'm ready to make a crime. You get what I'm saying? Because of what he said. You get what I'm saying? So like I said, there's certain things I can't back up about people. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things I can't back up with people. But Bloomberg was right. Just can't say things like that in a high seat. You're the man of the city. And you was the only person in this whole country that's been elected 3 times.
Bro, but we're just saying right now it's basically the same thing with Trump.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That.
But see, that's the thing though. I can't back up what he says. But his policies, I back up. I back up all hey bro, there's policies he's done that doesn't benefit me, but could benefit the next man. It's not about me. It's about people. You know
All
what
right,
I'm
for
saying?
that,
It's not about me. But most of his policies I can milk. There's policies that he's created that I'm like, yo, like I've never heard of a president doing this. You
so
know what I'm saying? Like
can we go deeper into that? Can we like dwell
Yes.
deeper into that? Like
any
what
president,
are
any president that focuses on black communities is a big thing to me.
okay?
Any president that focuses on the black community that wants to lift up the black community, it's a big thing to me. And the black community, it's something that Spanish people can benefit off, even the Asians can benefit off of. You say because we're minorities of the country, but it was targeting towards the black community. No, because the black community was untouched for over 50 years.
All right, so I'm gonna pull that up for you right now, so that way our viewers can have a better sense of what you're talking about. So if you don't see it, then
Let's trump it out.
all right. So the school choice program. School choice program provides alternatives to parents who do not wish to send their children to local public schools to which they are assigned. Public school choice options include open enrollment policies, magnet schools, and charter schools. In addition, governments may provide financial assistance to parents who pursue private school options. The assistance may take the form of school vouchers, which allow public school students to attend private schools, scholarship tax credits, personal tax credits, and deductions, and education savings accounts, ESAs, which allow parents to receive public funds directly for educational expenses. What is your guys' take on that?
That's great.
Good,
It's great.
bad? What is it?
It's great. What did
Why?
you think, Kat?
You think that's great? Just another financial aid, bro. You know what that is, right?
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I heard him clearly.
So what
Do-
don't you think?
You know what financial aid means, right?
What?
You know what financial aid means, right?
Yeah, but what I'm asking you, what are your views on that? 'Cause
My
I've been
views
speaking
on
the whole
that?
time. I've been speaking the whole time.
Yeah, because you're just ranting and I'm letting you talk. I mean, it's like a Trump supporter. You want to be heard. I get it.
What are your views on that?
My views on that, bro, anything that has to do with financial aid is no bueno.
Why do you say that?
Because anything you get, bro, you have to give back. He's not getting. Notice how he said scholarship funds. That means the kid has to be an immaculate student in order to get anything to go to a charter school or private school. So if a kid, let's say he has a learning disability, whatever the case may be, he's in a bad school per se, and he wants to get out of it. He can't do it. Why? He's not educated enough. The teachers maybe not teaching him enough. Whatever the case may be. He's just doing that, bro.
No, go ahead.
God.
Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
To me personally, he's doing it to win the black vote. Like you said, it's an election year.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
who's
bro.
the majority? The minority.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you look at the numbers, and this is being realistic, you could look up the numbers. Trump on his first year in 2016, he had a higher percentage than Obama had on black votes. So, but honestly, Trump doesn't need the black votes.
Yeah, Google that.
Yo, bro, you can look it up. Trump, honestly, bro, like
Looking it up right now.
And honestly, with all this going on with BLM, because the BLM organization it's no good. The organization is no good. But the movement is what's needed. We need a movement. But the organization that it stands for, the original name, believe it or not, the original name of BLM was Black Lesbian Marxists. That was the original name of BLM. Those activists are black lesbian women. All right? That was the original name of BLM. You know what I'm saying? And those guys and those people that created it are Marxists. You know what a Marxist is, right?
I feel like you be reading all this shit on the Trump's page only.
Nah, man, everything is out there, bro. And I read about this shit before Trump even became president. Because BLM was out when Obama was president. BLM was out before Obama too. It's just getting noticed now because they're using that shit as a freaking. Because when Joe Biden said, "You ain't black if you don't vote for me," all of a sudden they picked a random guy that died. They pick a random guy that dies from police officers. Well, people saying that it's like a that it's fake or whatever it is. I don't know. I wasn't there. It's not me. You know what I'm saying? But but his death, is his death wrong? Yeah, it's wrong. Because nobody should die. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should die in that type of form. Nobody should ever die that way. But what I do say is that the Democrats never cared about black people. We had a black president for 8 years, and these things still happen. You get what I'm saying? These things, people, they do not care. They just use this shit now as their platform. They use it as their platform right now to diffuse the situation what Joe Biden said and make people hate more and make more of the black community hate Trump. But believe it or not, Trump just gained a bunch more supporters off of this.
Bro, where?
Listen, honestly, Trump supporters are out there, bro. They're out there. Bro, I just saw almost 4 kids, like 15, 16 years old with Trump 2020 mask on the abs. Bro, like they're gaining, bro, honestly, they're getting a big fan. He's getting a big fan base off of this because why? Because hold on. Because the small businesses that were attacked, and the Democrats aren't funding those small businesses. They're funding people to loot, riot. You know what I'm saying? And with their protests also, the protest is peaceful. The looters are not peaceful, but the looters came with the protest. The looters came with it because the looters would not have been there if it wasn't for the protest. You get what I'm saying? So and these celebrities are bailing the looters out. And what are the looters going to do again? They're going right back to loot because they're funded by all these celebrities that are getting them out. So they're gonna keep doing damage. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that the people that are looting are the people in the community. Because I believe it's people from outside the community that are destroying the community. But at the end, it came with it. You get what I'm saying? At the end, it came with it because they weren't doing that before the protest. You get what I'm saying? So that's
all right. But look, like you just said right now, bro, you got excited over a 15 and 16-year-old kid wearing a Trump 2020.
No, I didn't get excited. I just told you that.
You did. You got excited. Don't back up.
They're supporters.
You got excited.
They're supporters.
You said, yo, I saw a 15-year-old and 16-year-old with a mask on. You said Trump 2020. I hugged him. All that.
Listen,
bro,
all I'm saying is this.
But hold on.
The supporters are out there. The silent majority.
But where are they?
They're called the silent
They're not
majority.
in New York.
Oh no, they're in New York. They're in New York. Believe it or not, bro, there's a lot of supporters in New York City. The thing is this. New York City has been a Democrat city for decades. For decades. It's been a Democrat city. So the left are one of the most aggressive people that you can ever see. Because they don't like you expressing your own right. So when you express your own right, your own thought, and it doesn't agree with, and they don't agree with you, they want to fight you. They want to fight you behind it.
I have a question. So it seems like I want to try to find some common ground. So it seems like one is on the side of, okay, like I don't vote, I'm not for voting, I don't know, like that's just not my thing. And then on the other side is voting is important. So is there any way we can find some type of common ground on like the importance of voting? Should we do it? Should we not do it? Does it matter? Does it not matter? Can we kind of get on into that discussion a little bit?
I was trying to get back to the screen. I was looking at that. I was looking at the messages. My bad.
No, you're
good. You want to go first, Kev?
Can you repeat that? My bad.
So basically, the question is like, is voting important? If so, why?
I believe voting is important. I believe anything that people died for is important. I believe anything that people die for is important. People die for voting, and I believe that people should vote. And I believe if everybody was to vote, you would see New York be the way how it's supposed to be. Because there's a lot of people that support the other side, but these are people that don't vote. You get what I'm saying? I believe they have New York has a lot of potential to go red. Has a lot of potential to go red. There's a lot of supporters out there. There's a lot of people that side with Giuliani over de Blasio. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure the left can agree with me on this one, that de Blasio is by far the worst mayor next to Dinkins. The worst mayor. The worst.
PD definitely believes that.
Huh?
PD definitely believes that.
Oh, Dinkins, bro. Like, Mayor Dinkins, this man used to go on vacation. He was never in New York. This man used to go on vacations. You know what I'm saying? While you're a freaking mayor of New York City, you used to be in freaking Puerto Rico or whatever it is. Like, bro, you got to be here. You got to be here.
Well, answering JT's question. To me, politics has become a mockery. It's just a show.
Yeah.
It's about who's the most popping now. Kanye West is running for president. Let me repeat that. Kanye West, a man that was selling shirts with holes in it for $800, is running for president. So if you tell me that the presidency is not a mockery now, you're bugging. Donald Trump. Hold on. I'll let you talk enough. Wait. Donald Trump was a celebrity before he was any politician, and degraded every single president, and laughed at, and had bankruptcy and tax evasion and all that. And he runs our country. So you're telling me that they make a difference to us? How? How, brother?
Let me tell you.
I'm trying to understand that from you. He sold his buildings to his brother. Why? Because he owed money to them. Bro, you're telling me this is our president.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So you are for voting or you're not for voting? I just want to, because I haven't followed.
Me personally, I'm not for voting because I don't believe anything. I don't believe politics could change our community. I think our community has to change within itself.
Do you think that we pick the president?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We don't pick the president.
It's funny because hearing this conversation, I hear a common ground though. It's like you're saying that, okay, it's not, the politics is not gonna affect whether or not you become successful. You got to do it yourself, right?
Exactly.
And I feel like that's what conservatives essentially believe, is that let the people compete. The people who want it have to go out there and get it, and you shouldn't have to rely on the government for your success. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just trying to find a common ground. I feel like you two are kind of agreeing in a way, but just to take Trump out of the equation,
just different perspectives. Yeah.
No,
perspectives of it.
It's a mutual understanding. It's a complete mutual understanding. It's just that the way I see it is
it's looking at it differently.
The way I see it is this. There's a lot. Yeah, Trump knows how to trick the system with tax, and that's why he did the whole, the tax break, right? Did his whole tax break. And what I'm saying is this: take advantage. You get what I'm saying? Because no other president's gonna do that.
Bro, it's an election year. He's kind of buying his vote there.
The right hates him for that, and the left hates him for that. For the tax break. They both hate him for that. You get what I'm saying? And it was for, it was majorly for big corporations. But guess what? The big corporations is what funds you, because you're getting paid by big corporations. You get what I'm saying? You're getting funded by jobs, like by these companies. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, take advantage, and especially with middle class, because people get mad saying that, oh yeah, but that's your income tax money. But you know what? I'd rather my income tax money on a front end than on the back end. You get what I'm saying? So I'd rather my extra $40 in my paycheck right now, because I might need it right now, than wait until the end of the year to do my taxes. Which reminds me, I gotta do my taxes too. I haven't did it yet. But yeah, but
Trump shit.
I haven't done my taxes. But I haven't
Running from your taxes. Look at you.
Yo, but no, I haven't done them yet. July 7th, it's July 15th or July 17th. One of them 2 days. It's the last day. But what you call it? But yeah, bro. I mean,
look, you got stuck now.
Yeah, no. It's you gotta take advantage of what you have in front of you. You get what I'm saying? Because you ever heard that saying? You never realize what you had until it's gone. That's what's gonna happen. I mean, you're gonna have another 4 years. You're gonna have another 4 years of Trump. So I mean, you're gonna have another 4 years of basically, you know what I'm saying? Because there's no possible way Biden's winning, bro. Like I had more thoughts of Hillary winning than Biden. Biden, there's no chance.
Kanye might win.
No, see, Kanye's fucked up in the head. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye, and let me tell you why. Kanye believes that Elon Musk approval is something that okays your campaign. Now, yeah, he's running, but you got to remember too, he's Trump's man.
Yeah, I would say it's a ploy. You wanna know why?
You know what I'm saying? That's the takeaway. That's the takeaway
exactly.
votes from Biden.
That's gonna take away the.
That's what I feel. I thought that's the takeaway votes from Biden. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. He gets in there. The guy doesn't even have a campaign. He doesn't know how to campaign yet. You get what I'm saying?
But regardless of the fact, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
See, the thing about this is that
Go ahead, Just.
we have Trump supporters that don't know what they're talking about, and then we have Trump supporters that do know what they're talking about. You get what I'm saying? Kanye is a person that doesn't know what he's talking about. You get what I'm saying? Because when they asked him Kanye asked him they asked Kanye, why do you support Trump? And he didn't know why. He just knew that because I was his friend. You get what I'm saying? So later on, we come to find out that Trump is actually like the best president I've seen. You know what I'm saying? The best president I've seen. So I gained a more liking for him. You get what I'm saying? His policies is what would draw my attention. Like I said again, you got the green one now?
That was for somebody in here. Yeah, I got the green one though. But that was for somebody in here.
Ooh, I need that 40 hat ASAP.
Yes, sir.
So,
yo, by the way, you got to do a promo real quick.
Nah, we doing that. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. Look.
Look. I was looking for my 40. It's in the wash already.
Could have wore it wet.
Hey.
Oh, that's it. Well, go ahead, my fault, guys. I seen him.
Oh wait, he wants somebody wants to hear. Freddie wants to hear you evaluate.
Yeah, elaborate on that more. The best president I've seen.
Explain that, please.
I explained it 30 times already.
Basically.
No, you haven't really explained why.
I did explain. I did explain why I see him as the best president. And any president that focuses on the black community and tries to uplift a black community is a major president. Because president, like literally, the black community has not been touched in almost forever. Who's that?
Whoever says, click the link on the top so we can see your comments.
Oh, that's Nico. Nico.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. Nico, what up, bro? But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
JT, how y'all feel about that?
This is for you guys to battle out.
Yeah. I'm not getting in the middle of this.
You're not even paying attention?
No, I'm paying attention.
They're just monitoring it so it don't get crazy.
We're gonna let y'all battle because if we will go into a whole lot more shit.
Like I said, that's how I see it, bro. That's how I see it. Any president that focuses on the black community is
I'm eating a frozen cocktail, ice,
bro. And
you're a dad
fact,
now,
and
shit happens.
Number one fact. Number one fact.
Go ahead.
If Trump's a racist, why is he endorsed by Martin Luther King's niece? You know what I'm saying? Why did Farrakhan say that Trump is not the guy you think he is? You know what I'm saying? So why are these people now? Mind you, I'm not saying Farrakhan endorsed him. I'm saying, but Farrakhan did back him up. You get what I'm saying? So Farrakhan doesn't, and being realistic, Farrakhan doesn't endorse anybody white. You know what I'm saying? So he would never do that. But he hated Obama. He didn't fuck with Obama.
But that's your opinion because you're a Trump supporter.
No, this is being realistic. You can actually look these things
No.
up.
No, it's not realistic, Kev, because you don't know him.
Bro, all I'm saying is look these things up.
I can tell you, yo, listen, I love Justin. Justin's my nigga. We all on TV. We good. As soon as I turn around, yo, fuck Justin.
Honestly, don't fuck with
Which
you
I
like
do
that.
say after. You're right. I really don't like you.
Hold on. Let me put my phone on the charger. Hold on.
This is alright.
Listen, bro. I go to Sam's Club, bro. You get that shit? I got the snacks up already.
So I guess when Kev gets back, I want to kind of go into prison. That's always a hot topic in regards to like the president and all that other stuff. Oh, he's back that fast. So I was saying, I want to kind of go into prison. And what was your take on like his prison reform that he passed? I think it was like the First Step Act or something like that.
Yeah, that's involved in the First Step Act. Yeah.
Okay.
So, bro,
I'm gonna look that up.
Bro, I believe it was like 8,000 people that he released off the prison reform, or 7,000 people, something like that. He had gotten released. People. So the crime bill that was passed by Bill Clinton in 1994, that was introduced by Joe Biden. The crime bill in 1994. That's the crime bill that he rants about that's getting people locked up. Now, the prison reform was reversing that crime bill. People, you remember back in the day when people would get locked up for like a key of cocaine and they do like a crazy amount of years, but a rapist can only get 8 years, 10 years. And usually, being realistic, rapists and pedophiles are usually white people. They're usually white people. And drug dealers... That's
stereotyping, but okay.
Bro, I'm just being realistic. We're going to be real about it. Yes, stereotypical, but that's being real about it. Majority of drug dealers and stuff like that, Latinos and blacks. That's the majority. So, and that crime bill was attacking drug dealers. People that were getting like about 40 years for a bullshit ass key or whatever it is. I just throw a random number, but like it's like a crazy amount of years, football numbers for something that you should be looking at maybe 5 years for. You're getting 40 years for it. You were coming home under Trump. You came home under Trump over that, and not only you came home from that, but you were pardoned. So that's like this woman, Angela Stanton. Angela Stanton, she's a congresswoman running for Georgia. She was pardoned by Trump. She's running for Congress. She's been in jail, I think 5 years, whatever it is, for some drug trafficking. She's been pardoned by Trump, and she's running for Congress as a Republican. You get what I'm saying? So Trump just,
hold on. So, hello?
Yeah, you good.
So, what you saying right there, Kev? You're saying he cares about the black community, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me this whole time.
Yeah.
So now you're letting out drug dealers again to go back in the hood.
You served 20 years in prison. I'm pretty sure you learned your lesson. 20 years for a bullshit charge. I'm pretty sure you learned your lesson off of that. But listen, all I'm saying is, so he's what people are not talking about too. He's pushing for rapists and pedophiles to get death penalties because these people are causing the most drama. These people have been neglected. They had their charges have been neglected. These people are coming home after 8 years in prison, 5 to 8 years in prison, 10 years in prison after raping a little girl, raping little boys. These people coming home in less than double digits. How? That's worse than drug dealing. That's worse. So now he's pushing.
Either way, it's killing our community, no matter what it is.
Like I said, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to change your mind. What I'm just doing right here is telling you the facts, and it's up to you to search your facts. Search the facts.
It's an opinion, not a fact.
No, these are facts because these are bills that's passed. These are facts. These are bills.
No, but your opinion on it is an opinion, Kevin.
No, because bro, it doesn't take rocket science. It doesn't take rocket science to speak on a fact of basically what the bill states. Or if the bill states something, it doesn't take rocket science, but you just need to know how to read.
I'm gonna read the first.
And you read a bill. The prison reform is bringing people home that was affected by that crime.
I'm gonna read the First Step Act, offering a second chance. Inmates across the country are getting a second chance thanks to the First Step Act. The First Step Act is providing prisoners with a second chance through rehabilitative programs, fair sentencing, and smart confinement. Over 16,000 inmates are enrolled in a drug treatment program offered as part of the robust drug treatment program strategy managed by the Bureau of Prisons. To date, the BOP has assessed over 400 inmates for participation in medication-assisted treatment programs designed to aid in their recovery. The First Step Act provided the opportunity for sentence relief for certain defendants who received mandatory minimum sentences prior to the Fair Sentencing Act of 2010. 721 defendants have received sentence reductions, 573 of which resulted in inmates being released. The First Step Act expanded avenues for eligible, elderly, and terminally ill prisoners to get their sentences reduced by allowing for their motions to be directly filed with the courts. The First Step Act authorized eligible, low-risk, and elderly inmates to be transferred to home confinement when possible, and the legislation also advised the Bureau of Prisons to place inmates within 500 driving miles of home when possible.
So that's not 7,000, Kevin. It's like 700.
No,
that was when it was first. That was when it was first passed. So those numbers aren't up to date.
Yeah,
okay.
That was when it was first passed. That was in 2017.
Yeah,
when he passed that. So the numbers now, it's about 7,000, 8,000 people that have been released off of that.
Good problem or bad problem?
Bro, and even that, you know who's
it's a problem to society regardless, bro.
Huh?
I think it also depends on what's the turnaround. Who's going back in, who's not.
If you're gonna come out and be the same one all over again,
it's all up to the person.
What does that mean for us?
It's all up to the person. Now, it's like I said, I can't speak for everybody. All I'm saying is that you are offered a second chance. It's up to you if you're gonna destroy that second chance. Some people will destroy the second chance. Some people feel like they're better in jail than they are in the streets. So some people will destroy that second chance. If you don't have a family that's waiting for you, if you feel like you don't have opportunities waiting for you, you're gonna go back to jail. But that's on you. You're choosing that route, but you're offered the second chance. You get what I'm saying? That's all. That's what, bro. Sometimes all you need is a second chance.
But all it takes is a second chance to fuck somebody's life up as well.
Yeah, bro. But listen, I believe people can change. I believe people can change. You get what I'm saying? I believe in that. Bro, you know how it was back in the day. You know how it was back in the day, bro.
That's why hearing you talk all this shit about Trump right now, makes me want to yank you from your ugly ass braids you used to have.
Bro, I changed, bro. You know what I'm saying, and the thing about it is this: when I was running ignorant, bro, I didn't know shit about what I had in front of me. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know what I had in front of me. I didn't know the opportunities I had in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? All I knew is that I grew up in the hood and I should bang for my hood. That's all I knew. And that's all I knew was growing up, bro. That's all I fucking knew. But I come to the realization there's a big world out there. You know what I'm saying? That you can actually get your hands on. And I learned that.
Are you saying that's based off politics?
I'm not saying it's based on politics. I've learned that you following a certain rhetoric, what they're putting out. You know what I'm saying, you following a certain thing, what they're putting out in the news. It's up to you if you want to follow them or you want to do your own lead, get your own lead. And when I started reading on politics, I'm like, wow, why was I forced to be a Democrat? Why was I forced to be Democrat? You get what I'm saying? Because none of their policies I agree with. None of their policies I agree with. I don't agree with any. Like, listen, I agree that people should get an assistance. That's the only thing I agree with. People should get an assistance, but not to hold your hand. Did you know in Texas? I need an assistance. Did you know in Texas, with low-income housing, right? There's low-income housing in Texas, and the only way that you can stay in the system of low-income housing if you can prove a disability, right? If you can prove disability. This is why taxes are so low in Texas. They don't pay state taxes. They don't pay city tax. They only pay the federal taxes, right? They only. Can we check those numbers in relation to retention rate?
I can try.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to give us that.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get an exact number for that right now.
So
I'll try.
What I was saying?
So Kev, let me ask you something. What you think about the island?
About what island? Epstein's?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. That's, you know. So, you know that Trump has been talking about that before all this happened, that Epstein didn't kill himself.
Trump
right?
has been talking about that?
Yeah. So, yeah, Trump spoke about that. That he doesn't believe that Epstein killed himself. His own son talks about it too. They don't believe that Epstein killed himself. And he wanted answers. Who killed Epstein? He wanted answers. So, and that was because he died in 2019, I believe. 2019, he died. So 2020 comes. We all know that Obama's daughter worked for Epstein. We all know that he's been on that island because there's a check-in list that he's been on that island. So your daughter worked for an intern for him. Let me rephrase that: intern for Epstein, right? That's your person. That's your flesh and blood. You should know more or less what she's affiliated with. Not only that, you've been to the island, but when people asked you, did you know anything about what goes on that island? He said, I don't know anything that goes on that island. You know what I'm saying? So there's questions that need to be answered. So that's what Trump created Obamagate. You get what I'm saying? So believe it or not, I believe that Trump got that woman locked up so she could start talking.
So you believe Trump did this?
I believe Trump, yeah, bro, because the thing about it is this. Trump is the one that exposed the fact that this is before Trump was even a politician, right? He exposed the fact that Epstein likes them young. He exposed it. Nobody else exposed that. He's the one that exposed it, talking about that, me and Epstein have one thing in common. We both love beautiful women. He just likes them on the younger side. He said that. You know what I'm saying? So he's the one that exposed it. He likes them on the younger side.
Isn't Melania like 30 years younger than him?
Bro, but they're both adults.
Bro, your man said
my father
he would have sex with his daughter, bro.
So that's another thing. You got a one-piece clip. If you watch
that came out his mouth.
That's another thing. You got a one-piece clip. Is it right that he said it? It's listen. They were talking about Ivanka in that video clip, right? And they asked him, "Do you find your daughter to be attractive?" And then that's when he said what he said, and everybody laughed, even the audience laughed. It was a joke that he had said. You know what I'm saying? How does he feel about it? Is it true? I don't know.
This is y'all debate, and I'm not trying to get into it. But this is
absolutely.
Hold on, man. Let people talk, bro.
Well, no, but you just said what you said.
But this is my only thing, right? And I'm not gonna get in y'all debate because y'all asked for this, right? But this is my only problem when I speak to a Trump supporter or whatever like that. We can never have a
civil conversation.
Not even a civil conversation because everything we say is always an excuse to it.
Defensive and deflective.
Yeah. Like, and it's hard for us to get a consensus of something when we seen it. Oh, but it was a joke. So then nobody else could joke in your eyes, right? I'm just saying it's impossible to get on another thing. It's hard for us to get something out when it's always a story at the end of it.
No, I'm just all I'm saying is
if anything I bring up, I guarantee you're gonna say it's a fake news or it's you have
because if you can't prove it, then
how can't prove it? He said he will fuck his daughter. I would never joke. I would never joke about my daughter like that.
Did you watch the clip or did you watch
the clip?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never.
Did you watch the clip or did you watch the episode? That's the thing.
Because it doesn't matter.
Because like if you say something crazy and I only catch the last 2 seconds of it, I'm looking at you like, yo, what the fuck did you say? You said what the hell did you say?
No, that doesn't matter how you phrase that word at all.
I'm saying no. I'm not gonna sit here and comfort what he said. What I'm saying is this: if you watched it, the whole thing, because when I heard it, I was like, yo, that's crazy. But then when I watched it, I understood that it was a joke that they were talking about because they were talking about Ivanka on that thing. They were talking about Ivanka, and then they asked him, "What do you think about Ivanka?" You know, and that was the joke. But like I said, is it okay that he said it?
My daughter's beautiful. I'll never say that. That would be my girlfriend.
Is it okay that he said it? No, it's not okay that he said it. It's not okay that he said it.
I'm just saying that my number thing about this, because I don't want to get into that debate. Like I said, it's like every time we ask a question, there's always either defense or excuse for him.
But that's politics. That's debates.
I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what it is.
Those are debates.
I'm just saying.
That's what debates is about.
But it's outlandish shit. It's not just regular shit. It's outlandish shit. Like, oh, nobody jokes about sleeping with their own daughter. Then that's not a joke, bro. That means he wants to fuck his daughter, bro. That's it. He like little girls and all that shit. That's it. I'm just saying, every time somebody tries to do something like that, we try to bring up a conversation that's always fake news or it's an excuse for the man.
Like, Kev, this whole conversation, and be honest, how many times do you think of, have you seen the whole thing? Oh, the media flips it. Oh, he was joking. You said it a lot, bro.
Yeah.
A lot. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is the perspective we're looking at, bro. You're looking at it because I told you believe his politics 100%. As a human being, he is a piece of shit.
But that's like all politicians, bro.
So what the fuck you following politics for?
That's like all politicians, bro. I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not gonna say.
Bro, I didn't say nothing all night and 1 in 30 seconds.
But like I said, bro, yo, in a relationship with your girl, right? In a relationship with your girl.
Look at this one, quick, Kev. Look at this. Just like it was a joke when he said infecting bleach in there.
He never said he was injecting bleach.
And then these little white kids did it.
Yeah, he never said it injected bleach. That's people being illiterate, bro. Listen, like I said, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say he never said he's injecting bleach. He never said that. He never said it. Bro, did you watch it or did you watch his? Did you watch the news said?
Bro, you're saying it again.
Did you know? Because bro, the news lies on him all the time. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and try to change your thought. All I'm saying is, if you want to get the actual truth of what is said and what's done, watch that 1 hour boring press conference. That's when you understand that that's not how it happened. That's not what was said. The man never said inject bleach.
Hold on, Kev, not to go too far. You just said it right now. Politicians lie.
No, I didn't.
Literally saying everything was.
I said politicians are pieces of shits. I never said politicians lie.
Okay, you're right. You're 100% right. My bad. They're pieces of shit. So you're further telling me that I have the benefit of the doubt. I'm 100% right. Politicians,
but I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
If
you in your relationship with your girl, do you get mad?
Yeah, you didn't finish that.
Do you get mad at her actions or her words?
Both.
I don't get mad. Period, brother.
But
to be honest,
what would you prefer more, actions or words?
Well, I prefer more action. I mean, I guess actions.
Exactly, and I believe in actions. I believe in actions. Can I support everything he says? No, I can't support everything he says, but I can support his actions. That's it. I can support his actions. his actions, what his policies, what he's created. I support his actions, and I suggest everybody take advantage of his actions. That's it. I want this man to be president for another 4 years because there's things that I'm accomplishing under his act, and I know for a fact that I won't be able to back up any extra money under a Democratic act.
Well, I ain't
So,
getting
I mean-
nothing extra from him, so fuck him.
So, I don't know what class of finances you hit. So I can't ask you. I'm saying if you're making something out of it or not.
I bought a house with government money.
So it says
What the-
here, according to the disaffected comments, he says, so suppose we hit the body with the tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. Let me see. And I think he said that hasn't been checked out. He was talking to somebody. And then I said, suppose you brought the light inside of the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. The president continued. And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? So it'd be interesting to check that. I'm not a doctor, but I'm like a person that has a good, you know what. That is what he said. What's your reaction?
Didn't say to inject bleach in people. That's what I'm saying. That people take a certain thing and flip it around easily and try to make it sound like it's a
Yo, bro.
Yo, that's what it is, bro. I mean, like, bro,
Kev, you sound redundant right now.
No, bro, it's not.
But he said disinfectant. He didn't say bleach, disinfectant. Did he not say that? Did he not just read that?
Absolutely.
Did that not just
But
come
I'm
out?
saying-
I'm
saying,
listen.
I'm saying,
he
Kev,
asked,
you
is
sound
there a
redundant every
way?
single
He
time that
asked,
you have to
is there a
explain
way?
yourself every single time.
He asked, is there a way to put that in the body or inject it in some way? Is there a way? He didn't say that you should go inject it because people have been around talking about saying that's what he said, that you should inject it. Now, if you're gonna say it, say exactly what was said. That's all I ask people. Say if you're gonna say something about it, say exactly what was said. Don't freestyle what was said. You know what I'm saying? Because then you start to look at things completely different. When you change one word, it's like a game of telephone. You take one word. If I tell you something, if I tell JT something, JT tells Justin something, Justin tells you something, and it comes back to me and it's a complete different thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the game of telephone. And that's what people are doing. They're freestyling it and making things complete different situation. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Well, hold on. On my last note, I just want to ask you this.
Why you got a purple
Let's
lighter?
say, because I'm a Laker fan, you got a problem?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right. Why are you a Trump supporter?
Because I support him.
I'm fucking with you, Kev. Relax.
Support him.
Kev, let me ask you a question.
Talk to me.
Biden wins. All your Trump supporters, what happens then?
I will still support Trump. You ever see those people that to this day support Obama?
Sure, I guess.
Yeah, there's people still to today. Obama hasn't been in office for like 4 years now. People still support him as oh, that's my president. You get what I'm saying? People still support him. There's people at my job. If you go to their apartment, they have a big portrait of Obama right now. You know what I'm saying? There's people that still honor him as the great president. And I don't judge you on that. I don't take anything away from you because you have the right to your own opinion. You get what I'm saying? But I don't support him. You know what I'm saying? And if you support him, I'm not going to judge you. But I don't understand why people are judging people for being a Trump supporter. You get what I'm saying?
No, let's keep it funky. Why people are judging you?
No, because not only me. There's a bunch of people I know that get judged for being a Trump supporter. There's a bunch
Bro,
of people that
honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. We have the same friends. We've known each other for
dude, you are washed.
eons.
You're brainwashed. Huh?
We know each other for eons. I haven't seen not nobody anybody but you put that up. And that's fine. Because, like I said, me and you come from the sandbox. I will never judge you for who you believe in, what you believe in, or how you believe in.
Honestly, you know what's crazy?
But just look at the backlash
I
you're
don't-
getting, just literally off a post.
I don't see
But he don't
anybody.
care.
I don't see. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. So
You're lying because you do care.
no,
You
I
do
don't
care.
care. No, I don't because you're due to your own opinion. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk because I'm not gonna cry because you dislike me because I choose to express my own opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't change for anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't like me for who I am, then you don't like me for who I am. I'm not gonna change for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna change for you.
But you,
That's like,
but you
like,
do.
like you got it. You got if a person's your friend, person's like family to you, you accept that person for who that person is. You know what I'm saying? It's like I like Justin doesn't agree with the shit that I say about this man. She doesn't agree with me for half the shit. But
I don't think none of us do. But
what I'm saying, but Justin knows that I'm one of the people that actually look out for him.
And he also knows that I'm not into politics the way
You know what I'm saying? So
well,
I'm not
exactly. See, that's why I say we hold the
but
double
see,
standard
but
because
that's
we
what
don't
I'm
believe
saying.
in politics.
So that's what I'm saying. So there's people that don't even follow the politics, right?
Judge and
Yep.
fuck that he's a Trump supporter. Yeah,
Love
Danny,
you
you're
too,
right.
man. Yo, so what I'm saying is, like, there's people that don't even follow politics. They just bandwagon that don't follow it. You know what I'm saying? But they just know what their man's told them or what the news told
How
them, but
the
they don't,
fuck could you bandwagon politics?
because
What, they taking the chip this year?
it's simple. It's simple. If I'm in a room with 30 people and 28 people hate Trump, right? If 28 people hate the man, and then you're the person that,
Bro.
like, I don't follow that shit, man. I don't follow that shit, but I don't fuck with him neither. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but why don't you fuck with him? Yo, he's a racist. I'm like, well, how's he a racist? Yo, I don't want to talk about it. That's a person that doesn't follow it. So you just hop on a bandwagon because everybody else around you is not liking the man. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. If you're gonna be neutral, be neutral. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be neutral, be neutral. But don't say you dislike the nigga and you know nothing about it. That's a bandwagon. You ever see people in the hood?
Kev, you don't know nothing about it either, nigga. All you know is the politics. Let's keep it funky.
I don't know about what.
You could say you know me.
Well,
You can say you know Justin.
I'm not
You know
gonna say
JC.
that I know him. I don't know him. I met him one time in my life. One
And
time.
do you think that man remembers you?
I'm not gonna say he does. Like I said,
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not gonna fight over a dude that I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know, but this is what I'm trying to tell you, Kev.
But what I'm saying is this.
This motherfucker don't have nobody's talk.
But I battle for what I believe in.
Smack your big ears.
Smack your fat face.
You talking? You talking? Looking like Rosie O'Donnell still? And you still ugly.
I can call you a fat fuck now.
I give a fuck. What I'm trying to tell you is that you believe in the politics, and that's what you need to understand. You believe in the politics, not in the man. Because if it was fucking John Doe with the same politics, if you believe in those politics, you'd be after John Doe, correct?
Well, listen, yeah, but like this guy. This guy that was
don't stop mentioning motherfuckers.
Like this guy that was going against Trump. I actually like to do with him. Andrew Yang. I like Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang
was valid. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah, I like Andrew Yang. He was a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? I like Andrew Yang. But you know what threw me off with Andrew Yang? We're gonna give everybody $1,000 a month. I was like, oh no, hell no. I was like, hell no. Because where is that money coming from? Now that's another reason to raise taxes on people. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, but he wasn't. One thing I liked about him, out of everybody that was running in that debate, he wasn't broadcasting socialism. I don't believe in socialism.
So,
You know
what
what
are
I'm
some
saying?
of the fundamental differences between socialism and capitalism? Capitalism for you?
Socialism is basically keeping people comfortable with things being handed to you. You know what I'm saying? You're being like right now with this whole pandemic going on, and they raised the unemployment on people. People are getting paid more money to stay home than they actually are for working. You know what I'm saying? There's people that are getting like $1,200 a week of unemployment, but they were making like $700 in the paycheck. You know what I'm saying? On a weekly basis. You get what I'm saying? So socialism is that making people comfortable with handouts. That's socialism. And also taxation hits an all-time high with socialism.
That's because it's legal.
Yeah,
Doing
yeah,
coke all day.
no, bro,
That's all you
no,
do.
yeah, no, bro. Listen, Andrew Yang had a lot of shit that I was like, yo, this dude is pretty valid. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But I wasn't gonna vote on him because I was voting for Trump. You know what I'm saying? But if he was running for 2024, yeah, he probably would have had my vote. If he runs for 2024, he probably will have my vote. But don't talk about giving money to people
So
for like
nigga,
$1,000.
pick a side, motherfucker.
Nah, listen. I'm
You
conservative.
bandwagon.
I'm conservative. I'm conservative. But most conservatives run red. I'm conservative. Most conservatives run red.
No, but
Most
isn't
libertarians,
that like
most libertarians run red. Most
didn't
libertarians
Trump
run
get
red.
rid by 1,200 anyway?
Yo,
So it was
let
a
me ask
safe
you a
chance
question.
getting this.
Let me ask you a question. What if you had to favor a side, what side would you favor? The Democrats or the Republicans?
I didn't hear nothing.
If you had to favor a side, what side would you favor? Republicans or Democrats? And
Liberals.
why?
You
Bro,
who
Again,
you? This,
Who you asking? Yeah, who you asking? Everybody?
anybody.
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Kev,
All right. Go ahead. Go
Kev,
ahead.
Kev.
I said liberal.
So you would vote liberal, and why?
Anti-confinement to government. Fuck y'all niggas.
So I asked everybody that favors the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party, they made a story talking about that after the Civil War, they there was a switch that happened, that the Republicans became the racists and the Democrats weren't. I asked people this: if the Democrats, because you do know that the Confederate flag doesn't symbolize racism.
Shut
Being
the fuck
realistic,
up, Kevin.
it doesn't symbolize racism.
Kevin,
Like,
shut the fuck up.
no, bro. I mean, if you want,
Kev,
if you want history,
I've
listen,
let
no,
you talk enough. Shut the
listen.
fuck up.
Confederate flag does not symbolize racism. It symbolizes war. Now, it symbolizes
And
war.
what
Now,
war was that?
do the racist people use it as the KKK? Do they use it? Yes, they use it because they're always at war. Always at war. So that's why they use it. But the Confederate flag does not symbolize racism. It symbolizes war. Now, people want to ban the Confederate flag. So be it. I feel like it's stupid to ban things like that because this is history. This is history. Like, so when you have your children and you tell your children a story of what happened and such, what you learned in school, now your story is obsolete because history is changing. You get what I'm saying? History is changing. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that these people were rightful people, you know, but you shouldn't change history. You should change today. You shouldn't change history. I don't believe in changing history.
So, are you a fan of the people knocking statues down?
No,
Why not?
because because you're trying to make history obsolete. These statues were created. These statues were created by the hardworking slaves, hardworking people, and not only that, some of them were gifts to the country. Some of them, these things were gifts to the country. So a lot of things that people are coming out with, they want to erase history. But let me ask these people a question: why do you want to change history, but you don't want to change the name of the Democrat Party? When the Democrat Party were the people that were endorsing the KKK. They were the ones, and the KKK was created under the Democratic Party. So if you're gonna change history, change the Democrat Party name, because the Republicans were created under Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was the man that freed the slaves. So what does that tell you? The Republicans are it's not the racist party. They're teaching you it's the racist party. It's not the racist party. The Democratic Party is the racist party.
Kev, but you're being biased again because you're saying if you follow a Democrat, then
And they
you'll
were
be on
like
the Democrat
some
Party.
of them were gifts.
No,
Some
hold
of
on,
them,
hold
I
on.
said
Listen,
some of them were gifts.
No, listen.
No, I was
You
answering
talk
the question.
about it. Oh, if you believe in the candidate, whether he's Democratic or Republican. Right now, you're a Republican. If you believe in the Democrat, then you're going to throw Republicans under the bus?
No, like I said,
That makes no sense to me.
Listen. So when you run for president, you can only fund under two parties, Democrat Party and the Republican Party. But it doesn't mean that you are in that party. So like Trump is conservative. He's a conservative Republican. Bill Clinton was a conservative Democrat. JFK was a conservative Democrat. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the conservative party.
So it seems like he's alluding to the fact that like the idea of a flag or what the flag represents can change over time.
Yeah, Eric's right.
Yeah.
So so he's right. I'm saying
That's a
what he
good
said right
point.
there. He's right. And so now it's being portrayed as a racist flag. It's being portrayed as a racist flag. But if people were to follow the actual history, I'm saying if people were to follow the actual history of what that flag actually meant, that's why people in the military they use that. They still stand with that flag. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it symbolizes racism in today, but in reality, that flag doesn't mean that. You get what I'm saying? That flag doesn't mean that. To this day, it doesn't mean that.
But where do you
where
do you live? In today or tomorrow?
I live in today.
So what that mean?
There's not racist today. It's being used as racist.
Kev, do you hear yourself when you talk?
No, I'm serious.
You just said it's racist today.
It's being used as racist today. It's being used as racist today because that's what it's portrayed to be today. It's being used as racist, but that flag still doesn't mean that's what it is. That doesn't mean that's what the flag is today.
So
that's
you're saying that the flag means today that
no,
it's
today
a sign
means
of
racist,
war?
but it also means it's not a war. Yeah.
Okay.
You said what?
You said it's not a war.
You know, the flag represents war, and the actual history of that flag of what it means, it represents war. It represents war. The KKK use it because they feel they're always at war. That's what they use it for. And then they flagged it with the Nazi flag and everything. You know that we all know what the Nazi flag is. We all know what.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
You know what the Nazi flag is, but then they use a Nazi flag. But that Confederate flag is not for that. Confederate flag means it's a sign of war. That's all it means.
Well,
But they use it.
Kev, hold on. I would love to sit here and talk, but I have two daughters screaming my name upstairs.
Nah, bro, you gotta stay
it's
because you dragged me into this.
you drag yourself into this.
Yo, we gotta get on the podcast. Yo, I'll see you later. Yeah, I'll see you on the podcast.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to get you beat up, bro.
Beat up, man.
All right, Kevo. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you for coming in, man.
Look, keep America great. Kev, you gonna fucking end up cutting your own hair from now on.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I've been trying. That's why I shaved my beard off.
You did a terrible job. You got uglier.
I don't know, man.
Yo, my brothers.
The white girls
y'all
love
already knows.
All right,
it's
man,
a 40 thing. Love y'all.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Bro.
Keep 40 great again.
Ah,
yeah.
40 great again.
Copywritten.
We might have
Copyright.
We might have something now. We about to make that.
Keep 40 great again.
All right, man. Peace.
Yeah, but Kev, you still want to continue to talk.
I mean, it's nothing else to really talk about, man. He dragged me into this, and I mean, what do you want to talk about now, man?
I mean, like just some takeaways that I got from that, man. I think that it's tough first of all, I commend you for even coming on here and giving your views, right? Because a lot, like you said, there's a silent majority. A lot of people are silent and they feel like they can't come out and express their political views, especially when it doesn't align with the people, right?
And that's why I put the hat on.
Mhm.
That's why I put the hat on, because. But I believe that you have multiple people on your podcast that actually support this president. You know, but they don't speak on it because people are terrified to speak on it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm showing like nothing's gonna happen to you for having your hat on. Listen, nothing's gonna as long as you hold your head up high, nothing's gonna happen to you. Because if you hold your hat in fear, people sense fear and people will attack fear.
I don't know, bro. That leftist mob ain't no joke.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Listen. I got a mob behind me too, man. So I'm like, if they want to get funny, they get funny. I mean, it is what it is.
Respect
Because like I know people out in Chicago that are Trump supporters. I'm saying I know people out in of course in Texas, Florida, North Carolina, New York State, New York City, Connecticut. I know Trump supporters all around, bro. I mean, they're out there, bro. They're out there. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you don't wear the hat, you won't know who's the supporter, because, like I said, it's a silent majority. It's a silent majority. There's so many people that we know on an everyday basis that support him, and they don't say anything.
So why is it like? Where does this term Trump supporter really derive from? Because it's like that. It wasn't that terminology used when Obama was running for president. Oh, you're an Obama supporter. Like that wasn't the term. Like, so where does Trump supporter come from?
The left created that. I believe that the left created that because the left likes to separate people. They like to separate the people, you know. And instead of saying that, oh, that's a man that supports the president, because the left created the saying, that's not my president. Not my president. How are you going to say it's not your president? You live in this country. You're from this country. Whether you like it or not, that's your president. Because Obama was my president. You know what I'm saying? Did I enjoy Obama? No. Obama became president, and I was happy that we had a black face in the White House. You know what I'm saying? I was happy we had a black face in the White House. But it took him 8 years, and the man still did nothing for the black community. You know what I'm saying? 8 years you've been in the White House. You did nothing that you said you were going to do for the black community. Nothing.
And I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I mean, I was just going to speak some bullshit. But yeah. Yeah.
No, I wanted to address this point right here about the Confederate flag. It was flown during the Civil War when 11 states, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and Texas broke from the nation to defend the practice of slavery. Now, I think it's important to take note that there were two sides, yes. But at the same time, like you were saying before, the Democrats were trying to preserve slavery. It was the abolitionists who were mostly Republican that said, nah, we don't, this is not how it should be going down.
Yeah.
And which is why a lot of black people post the emancipation went to be Republican. Because of that. So, I mean, it's weird when we have that Confederacy discussion because we want to denounce the Confederate flag, but then don't want to hold the left accountable for what they've done.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like a contradiction, almost like, so if you want the Confederate flag burned and like away and all that, if you want it to just be put away, burned, all that stuff, but say that you are for the Democratic Party, how does that work out?
Exactly. It's like I said, the left creates a lot of contradictions, and that's what I don't understand. That's why I was saying that if the left is not as evil as what they were saying, why don't they change their name? Because the Democratic Party has history that was evil.
Mm-hmm.
They have history of what's evil. We got to remember, like I said, they're the first party. The Democratic Party is the neutral party. They're the first party.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of demonic stuff that was created behind that party. And by them not changing their name, you're not changing history. But you want to change everything else around it. which makes no sense. If you're gonna go pick, if you're gonna pick and choose a battle, you're not gonna win the battle. You have to defend everything that your battle stands for. Everything. Now, if they were to say that Democrats are changing the name for such and such, whatever it is, I'm like, wow, okay, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense because there's a lot of stuff going on with them. But they don't do that, and they will never do that.
Yeah.
They will never do that.
So how do we get from these emotional attachments, right? So like you said, and which was the same situation for me. Like my household was Democrat, vote Democrat. So as I grew up, I got an emotional attachment thinking that this was the party, this was the good party, and the Republicans were the bad party.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say for the people that are watching? How can you guide them to try to separate from that emotional attachment and just see red for red, blue for blue?
I would say, honestly, turn off the news. Turn off the news and pick up a book that talks about the Democratic Party. And then pick up a book that talks about Abraham Lincoln and the Republican Party. And then understand history from that. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to understand actual history and why people are asking you to vote red and people and the blue is just pandering because they have nothing else to stand for. Mm-hmm. They know that they're evil. That's what the left, all they do is pander. Everything they've done is pander. Like I said in the last podcast, that, you know, now they're late. I call them the black pander. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what they're, you know, it's literally they pandering to the black community after what Biden said. Mm-hmm. They pandered to the black community after what Biden said because they knew that he was about to lose all the black votes. It was so, but if you go to blacklivesmatter.com, you hit donate, where does it go? Joe Biden's campaign. Biden's campaign. So that's why if you look at the numbers of how much Biden has for his campaign, how much Trump has for his campaign, Biden has way more money funded to his campaign, but nobody knows where the Black Lives Matter donation is going. But if you hit donate, it goes to secureactblue.com. That's Biden's campaign.
So I actually did a little bit of research on ActBlue, and I found that ActBlue is a website where anybody can go to help raise funds for their campaign. So essentially, like if I lean towards the left and I have an organization, say for example, Blue Lives Matter, just for the sake of argument, and I want to go to ActBlue, I can go to ActBlue, put my organization up there, and if you want to donate, you can go to ActBlue to donate. So do you think that there's a direct attachment to Black Lives Matter and the Democratic Party just because they're on ActBlue?
Yeah, because honestly, like I said, there's questions on where the donations are going, and nobody really has actual answers. Okay. Nobody has actual answers where these donations are going. There's no actual answers. I've looked it up for actual answers, and there's no answers. You know, so it's like where's everything going? You know, it's like with and like I said, the left is known for stealing things, man. And it's like with De Blasio. De Blasio's wife said he was gonna take $800 million for the mental health. She's done nothing with that, and nobody knows where that $800 million went. Nobody knows where that $800 million went. Where the hell is that money? And that's our tax dollar. So where is it? We should know where is it, but nobody knows. And these are things that the media would never talk about because the free press, what they call it, they cover the left. They cover the left all the time. So, and that's why people tend to call Fox fake news, because Fox follows the conservative Republican side. You get what I'm saying? So the questions that you ask that the left won't answer, Fox will answer for you. And if it's a lie, it's a lie. If it's true, it's true. Who's to know? We're not there. But these are answers that we've been looking for, and they have not been given it to us. So they give us their perspective, their views on these things. You know.
So then
So-
you'll go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, it's just like you can't believe all news. I don't believe all Fox. I personally don't believe all Fox. I believe some of the things they talk about because it makes sense what they talk about. But I can't believe everything they say neither because they're just as bad as CBS, NBC, and CNN is the worst. CNN is the worst. They lie about everything. And then they'll tell you one thing, and the following week later, Don Lemon will tell you something completely different and he'll make you think you have short-term memory. Because he's mentioning something completely different, and now you believe that.
That's not fair for you to say though.
Well,
But no,
I
it's
want to ask a follow-up question to that
Huh?
because just to mirror the conversation from the other side. So you'll say that Black Lives Matter is doing funny money stuff. We don't know what's going on with the money. But then you have others who would argue, well, Trump won't give us his tax returns. Right? So like what would be your response to that?
Trump's tax returns, his
Yeah,
actual tax
people
returns.
people have like asked like, yo, where's your tax
Well,
return?
like I
Like,
said,
you've been-
yeah, like no, I feel like everything should be laid out on the table for no questions. I
Okay.
feel like everything should be laid out on the table. He personally shouldn't be hiding things neither. You know what I'm saying? People are asking you, you should be able to give it. You know, you should, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to give it. I'm not gonna say that he's always right, but like I said, he should be able to give out any question that people ask you. The people ask you something, give it out. You know what I'm saying?
I respectfully disagree. I think that personal is personal, politics is
Exactly,
politics.
yeah.
So like if your personal tax returns, I don't care about that. That's your personal information. But if that gets you in trouble, that's on you. But now if we're talking about stuff within the federal budget, where is money going for the military, like if we asking those type of questions, that I need access to, which I do, but just for the sake of argument, I don't think that it's fair. The same way he was advocating for Obama to give his birth certificate. That's
I mean, but there's a lot of questions with Obama on that too. There's a lot of questions with Obama on that too because like nobody could. They asked Obama to pull out some baby pictures of some child pictures in schools and stuff like that, and those things can't really be found. You know, same thing with Michelle Obama, because they people are saying that Michelle Obama's a tranny. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I'm saying I don't know this woman. You know what I'm saying they're saying that she's a tranny. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. So I mean, and I like I said, it could be fake news, it could be real news. Nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? I personally believe that she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? I believe she's a woman. You know, she's not my type of woman, but she's she's a woman. I personally believe that. If they can prove it otherwise, then prove it otherwise. But I believe she's a woman because she has children, and the children kind of look like them too. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, and this is what it is. I mean, and I can tell this guy right here is an Obama supporter heavy.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can tell he was an Obama supporter. I'm saying so because people get hostile about it when you mention Obama. So you know what I mean? But like I said, man, I'm not trying to change anybody's mind on anything. I'm just opening the door for people. I want to open the door and tell you that if you're gonna support something, feel free to support. Feel free to support anything. You know what I'm saying? So the same way how if people feel like being a Trump supporter could get you punched in the face, try to support Obama in a southern state. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, I went to school.
North Carolina, you support Obama, you getting fucked up.
I went to school in Greencastle, Indiana, bro. When Obama ran for office, it was not pretty outside. It was not pretty outside at all because Indiana is a red state, gun-toting, open carry state.
Indiana, yeah.
And depending on where you at, you got an Obama bumper sticker, somebody gonna pull you over and have a conversation with you. It's one of those type of places. But no, I get your point though. I get your point. It could be. It depends on where you at. Geographical location means a lot. But one of my last questions for you is for anybody who wants to do more research, right, to kind of get a better perspective of the policies and the views that Trump has to try, so that way we could just exclude the name, right? Like you said, let's judge by action. So what actions has he done? I know you said this already, but just to reiterate, what are some things that he has done that people should go look and research deeper?
I feel like anybody that wants to do research on Trump, the first thing they should look at and understand is his fundings in schools and the First Step Act. After you see that, you can go on further.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why I say that is because the First Step Act shows his concern. It shows his concern because that was the first thing he did. You know, that's the first thing he did when he got in office.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it shows a concern. You know what I'm saying? So if you wait, I mean, after all that, his executive orders and his bills that he's passed throughout the years, it's different. I mean, you can find a bunch of things, but I would rather people to search things that happened when he first got in the house. And
Okay.
the time limit, because a lot of people fail to realize too, you know, like when he said, like, you know, he wants to build a wall is needed. That wall is needed. And it's funny because in Minneapolis, the CNN building in Minneapolis, they put a barrier around it. Did you see that video? That
I didn't see that.
There's a video of a Trump supporter in Minneapolis. You know, goes to, and they don't know he's a Trump supporter, but they go to him and it's like, hey, what's this barrier? So we got to protect our building. You know, this is gonna stop, you know, for people getting into the building. So you built the wall around the barrier, wall around the CNN building. So yeah, you know, it's gonna protect us a little bit. It says, so how are people getting in? So, you know, we ID them, such and such. And I started laughing because that's what Trump wanted to do with the wall. That's exact, bro. All you think that was asked is that he has nothing against illegals. It's people should come here legally to the country. You get what I'm saying? People should be here legally to the country because it's not fair to the border patrol down the south because these people are getting hurt down there by multiple people that are, and it's not only Mexicans that are coming. You know what I'm saying? We got people from Bolivia, we got people from Brazil, Colombia, all coming to the border. So it's not only Mexicans, it's people from South America. You know? So, I mean, these people are being attacked. It's something that's needed. And anybody that doesn't agree, I suggest go to El Paso and you'll see for yourself. I suggest you go to El Paso and see it for yourself because these things are needed. Go to El Paso and you see what happens. Because it's a serious thing and these things are not being broadcasted, which is sad. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, go see it. That's what I tell people, man. Mexico is known for being a dangerous freaking city, a dangerous country. You go to Juarez, you think you could make it out alive for, like I'm saying, for whatever reason it is. Those things are like, people deal with mobsters out there, bro. I mean, it's a dangerous city. And Juarez is right there, right next to El Paso. You got these people coming out with machetes, you know, ready to fight Border Patrol. Machetes, guns, all types of ready to fight Border Patrol. You think it's fair to the Border Patrol? It's not fair to them. But these guys got to provide their families too. Mexicans and some Ecuadorians, Brazilians, whatever, they're coming to the border because some of them want to get away because they committed a crime. You know what I'm saying? And they want to hide out for the rest of their lives. And they know they come to this country, they can get a fake identity for whatever it is, and they're good. Why should we have to go through that? Would you have a random person that you don't know come to your house to do a house cleaning? To clean your house? No. You're like, you don't know this person, but if this person charged you $30 to clean your whole house, would you give it to them? You saying? But you don't know this person's a rapist. You don't know this person's a pedophile. You don't know this person's a freaking serial killer. You don't know this person. A person should be identified coming to the country. That's what I agree with. So, but the media made it sound like he was being racist about it, and it wasn't that, because if you actually listen to the whole thing, you realize that he wasn't being racist. He was being realistic, and that's true. I'm a Latino, and I'm saying it's true. You get what I'm saying? Because when I first heard it, it was on the Spanish news. This is when he was going against Ted Cruz. Remember Ted Cruz?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and I like Ted Cruz, but this is when he was going against Ted Cruz, and he started mentioning a bunch of stuff what he wanted, and I'm like, yo, this guy here is like a piece of shit. But then, like I said, I did my own research. He's not that guy what people think he is.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's what I tell people. If you're gonna judge something or someone, do your research before you judge them. If you don't like them from the research, then so be it. At least you know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I would never judge you if I don't know you. I'm not gonna judge you from what Justin tells me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna judge you from what Justin tells me. I want to see for myself who you are, because he might not like you. Doesn't mean that I won't like you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I tell people. Do your own research. Don't go by what the next man tells you.
You got any more questions, Jones?
Man, nah, I just today, they wanted to go on and let them speak their piece and everything like that, so people could understand where you come from, and that's all I wanted. That's what I wanted for today.
Damn, we've been on for an hour and 46 minutes, man.
Yeah, I was talking. It was 95% you. But
I mean, I don't got no more questions, man.
Kevin needs to get his point across. He's gonna get that point across.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But we need more of that, though.
Obviously, I still can't get my point across because some people are so hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like I said, I'm not going to hear. I don't want to change anybody's mind because this is America. I believe you should have your own mind. I don't believe what the left does. The left believes that everybody should have the same mind, and I don't believe in that. And that's what people are the most. That's why they say the left is the most aggressive, because they will attack you for having a separate mind. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when we have people that vote red and vote blue, there's people that support Trump and they don't know why they support Trump, and they make us look bad. You know what I'm saying? So you see some of these videos, like they running down on Trump supporters. Oh, I support Trump. Why? I don't know. Because they're taught, just like how myself was. I was taught to vote blue. I'm pretty sure that's the same thing with them. They support red. You get what I'm saying? So we have that too. And there's people that are actually educating themselves on why they support such and such. So I vote conservative. I'm registered as conservative. So if I happen to come across somebody that's moderate or libertarian that I like, well, guess what? I'm voting for that person. Like I said, like I told you earlier, I liked Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang, he was that guy. But I just knew that when he mentioned that $1,000 a month, I knew where that was going to go. And I don't believe in anything that's socialistic. I don't believe in it. I don't believe America should be a socialist country. The reason why I don't believe in it is because we have a president for 4 years or 8 years, and then right after that, that president is going to debunk what the last president. The next president is going to debunk everything what the last person did.
Mm-hmm.
So now you just hit the reset button. You get what I'm saying? So it will never work in this country. You're just going to pay unnecessary taxes for what? You get what I'm saying? That's why I don't believe, because we have England. England is socialistic. That's what do say?
Yes, sir. I don't know if I should start yet, though.
England is socialistic, but they're properly funded. South America is socialistic, but they're horribly funded. They're horribly funded, and a lot of people come from South America. They want to come to this country because they want to get away from their socialism. You know what I'm saying? And this country will be horribly horribly funded, because we have, like I said, we'll have a president for 4 to 8 years, and the next president is going to debunk what that person did. You get what I'm saying? So now you hit the reset button.
So how about Bolton's views on Trump, who happens to be a super conservative?
See, I really don't pay much mind to Bolton, so I can't I can't really speak on his view on it. I really don't pay much mind to both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so I can't speak on something I don't know.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't pay much mind to both of them.
That's fair. But yeah, like you said, do your research. Do your research. Be an independent thinker. Make informed decisions, not emotional ones. Informed decisions. I was once told when I was a kid, men think with their hearts. Boys think with their hearts. Men think with their minds. So make sure that if you're out there saying you support this or you disagree with that, have research and have facts to back it up. That's about it.
100% agree. I agree. Don't wear your emotions on your sleeves
Simple as that.
because no man survives that way. You know what I'm saying so.
And I'm good, man. I learned a lot today too, just listening to you guys. So appreciate it.
I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna actually set up like a legit debate
Yeah.
where we
You gotta
have
get somebody who's gonna really
questions.
debate
I
you.
wanted. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I kind of wanted that kid Richie Torres on this one day, man. But I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
Oh,
Richie Torres. I think he just made Congress.
oh yeah, he went to leaving way, man.
He went to IS also. He's the
Yeah.
first Black Latino gay to get into Congress. Which, like,
Okay.
kudos to him. Kudos to him. You know, like
You want to go against him?
I would have loved to, but I don't think he's gonna do that now because that's gonna destroy his image.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll do it now. That would definitely destroy his image because I had a lot of questions for him.
Let's see.
I mean, I think we're gonna set it up so that way we have questions lined up, we have time limits, we have a scorecard.
And
we're gonna make like a real debate.
definitely it won't be any disrespectful ways because, like I said, I would never want to destroy his image. I mean, he came a long way, so I would never want to destroy his image. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, like like I said, I've known him since young, so I would never try to destroy his image in any debunking way. You understand? I would just have questions on why he's such and such, whatever it is, you know. And if it comes into like a stronger debate, then it gets into it. But I would never choose to destroy his image.
Yeah, so that's all you gotta do is reach out to him and see what's up. But all right, bro, it's around 2 hours in. We'll let you guys get it out. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna set something up again, man. And we appreciate you for coming on and talking.
Appreciate you guys.
And then I appreciate the views and everybody like that. And hopefully, everybody that was whoever's here, whoever listening to it, hopefully we have the battle that we've been.
How many
waiting
views
for
we got
on
today?
Wednesday. Bro, we talk about that offline.
All right, bro.
But hopefully Wednesday we have the battle that we've been anticipating for like how long? 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's been about a month now, man.
Yeah,
Drake
yeah.
versus Kanye hopefully will happen next
If
week.
they don't do it Wednesday, we are doing it Wednesday. I'm not. That's it. Like, Fred,
Peace.
waiting for you, Fred. But if they don't do it, we gonna wind up doing it. So we gonna figure this shit out, man. We see y'all all either Wednesday and Saturday.
All right. Take care.
All right. See you guys.